That is a $15,000 snake. It's blue. It's literally just a blue snake. Guys, I may have spent $1,000 today. But he's pretty cool. The Daytona National Reptile Breeders Expo, the biggest show in the country.
What is up, my fellow humans? Today we are going to the Daytona National Reptile Breeders Expo here in Daytona Beach, Florida. It is the largest reptile expo in the United States. Should have a lot of stuff. It's like 150,000 square feet of reptiles, tables as far as the eye can see, filled to the brim with rare captive bred animals, and of course tens of thousands of ball pythons, of which we will not pay any attention to whatsoever. But let's hit the road, let's go check out the show, and let's see if we end up buying anything. My hopes are high. Hopefully I don't get let down.
So we hit the road, making the 1-hour drive to Daytona Beach, Florida, passing the Daytona International Speedway, and of course the little bridge to the Daytona Strip. But finally, we are here in Daytona Beach, Florida for the Daytona National Reptile Breeders Expo. It's right in that big building back there. It is supposed to be the largest show in the United States, around 150,000 square feet of reptiles. Should be a lot of fun. Should see some really cool animals. Let's go inside and take a look around and see what we can find. We got in line about an hour and a half before doors open, and there were people all around, including this frog person. But finally the line started moving, and you can see just how packed this show was. There were people out the door like a quarter mile away, and we finally got inside and could see what was going on. I'll break this down into groups to make things easy, but the snake selection was incredible with these really cool diadem rat snakes and cave racers. Also, there was this beautiful blue Baron's racer, a rear fang snake that looks absolutely beautiful, along with these blue times green hybrids. I don't know why anyone would do this, but I guess they're kind of cool. I came around the corner and saw this guy holding a keeled rat snake, a dream rat snake of mine that I've always wanted to work with, so you already know I had to go ahead and cop one of them. I got the biggest one they had. This beautiful diamond python was also there. These are a rare and expensive species from Australia. There aren't that many left in the country due to exportation restrictions from Australia. There were a bunch of really cool colubrids like indigo snakes, more cave racers, these beautiful crebos, tiger rat snakes, and many, many other beautiful snakes. For some reason, there were these beautiful diamond python, carpet python hybrids, which is kind of just disappointing. And then there were also these beautiful black-headed pythons, which are much less disappointing. I'm not sure why anyone would hybridize the diamond pythons with normal carpet pythons, but whatever, bro. They also had some more Australian snakes, like this olive python from Australia, which is pretty cool. And this amazing paradise flying snake from Indonesia, which is one of my favorite species that I've always wanted to work with. This one was just a little bit too small for me to be comfortable buying it, so I did not end up getting it. This mandarin rat snake was absolutely gorgeous though for $1,000. I remember when these were $200-300, and this 8-line kukri snake was pretty cool also. I've actually never seen one of these for sale before. Another amazing snake were these Cuban boas, which are actually the longest growing boas outside of the green anaconda. Very neat. Florida Fish and Wildlife were even there, which completely makes perfect sense because there were a lot of high-end boa constrictors there. If you know, you know. Monitor lizards were out in force, with this beautiful blue tree monitor being my personal favorite. I've always wanted to work with these animals. These Kimberly rock monitors were also very cool. This is my favorite species of dwarf monitor lizard, even more so than the Yaki. I really considered getting a couple of these beautiful Mertens water monitors. They're a species that I've always wanted to work with. They're basically like Asian water monitors, but they get way smaller and they're much more active, almost like the penguins of the lizard world. This Bell's Phase lace monitor is another really cool monitor lizard. This one coming from Australia, making them a little bit more hard to come by, is a really cool locality phase from Australia. And this tricolor monitor is even more rare. There are only a handful of these guys in the United States. This croc monitor was super cool. This is the longest growing monitor lizard with the largest teeth, and the Eurymastix lizards also had an amazing showing. This ornate Eurymastix is an absolute beautiful specimen with bright colors. This Moroccan Eurymastix is the green phase, which is a really cool phase for this species, and they even had Tomasi Eurymastix, a really rare species that you don't see too much in the US. There were some super cool geckos too for all the gecko people, like this electric blue day gecko, one of my favorite species of gecko on the planet. There were really cool leaf-tail geckos as well, like this mossy leaf-tail gecko. Just look at those eyes. There were also some giant leaf-tails and this super cool pair of lined leaf-tail geckos. These are absolutely beautiful and amazing animals. The miscellaneous animals were also present and accounted for. These beautiful eastern collared lizards looked really cool and ready to go to their new homes. I know I love my little man. This panther chameleon was hanging out on his stick all day long, saying hi to all of the humans beneath him, just like me, because I am human. Jeweled lacerdas are honestly super underappreciated animals in the hobby. These beautiful animals can be bright green and blue, or this dark coloration with patches showing through. And these Keeled lizards are the same way, super underappreciated. Sarah absolutely loves these guys. We're definitely gonna have to get one. One of the weirdest animals that was for sale was this Mexican burrowing Sicilian. This is a really weird species of amphibian that gets super long and really weird looking, and this Asiatic housefly was an absolute steal. I honestly thought about paying in cash. There were some really cool tortoises for sale there too, just like these giant Galapagos tortoises. Well, these are babies, but I've always wanted one, and these albino cherry heads, which were also pretty neat. That one in the front is my personal favorite of the group. This adult Galapagos tortoise had already sold, but based on the size, I'm guessing it was $15,000 to $20,000. This Scarlet King is no bigger than the tip of my thumb and was probably collected from a wild-caught adult. It's almost certainly going to die, just like this baby eastern hognose. These are really toad specialists and probably shouldn't be sold as babies at these big shows because most people that buy them are just going to kill them. Emilio here had something to say about the benefits of content creation.
Hi there, my name is Emilio Hernandez. I own Nightfall Exotics. I was just telling Joey here that actually he's responsible for helping my fiance get into reptiles because she started sending me his reels, and that was a crazy moment because I was like, hey, I follow him too. And ultimately what that showed is that like content creators like Joey are really good at creating engaging content that's able to bring people that aren't even remotely interested in reptiles kind of in through humor as well as through just general interest, and I think that's a really important thing right now.
Emilio is a big fan of cave geckos and is breeding multiple different species, so make sure you go check him out if you're interested.
Bro, is that a peacock? What's he doing over there? What are you doing?
Alright guys, we just got back from the Daytona National Reptile Breeders Expo, and we got ourselves a new snake. It's inside this container, so let's go ahead and open this container and take out this awesome new animal. Alright, so you can see we have this nice big bag here, and inside this bag is something very special. It's a snake that I've wanted for quite a while, and it does look like it pissed in the bag, which is wonderful. So let's open this up. And we're probably going to have to get a new bag. Luckily, I always come prepared. There we go. So let's take this awesome snake out. And this is the giant keeled rat snake from Southeast Asia. This is the largest or longest colubrid on the planet, reaching lengths of well over 12 feet long. The longest I've ever heard of personally is around 14 feet long. And they are very cool. They spend a lot of time up in the treetops. They eat pretty much whatever they come across in the wild, but they prefer frogs and birds. At least that's what I hear. So we're going to try and feed this big guy chicks. He's about 8 to 9 feet long. Nice, handsome guy. He's in the middle of the shed, as you can see. But he's nice and healthy, and I think he will do super well for us, which is nice. So Hopefully he does.
You like him?
Yeah. He's a cool dude.
He does seem like a pretty cool dude.
It's pretty chill.
He is pretty chill. For being a little defensive and for being a really big boy, he's honestly pretty chill.
I think he was handled and stuff because the guy did take a picture with us before he sold him to us. I think he's gonna miss him.
That is true. But he does have this little, you can see he does have a little scale rub on the top of his, I say little, it's a pretty good sized scale rub, but obviously it looks pretty scarred and healed over. And
It's his beauty mark.
yeah, it's his beauty mark. He's in the middle of shedding, but that's obviously just
Oh, he's really doing it now.
Sir, please do, sir.
He's like, she's mine, step away from the girl.
Sir, I'm trying to, I'm sorry, man. My God. And he does have a little spine injury.
He's huffing.
Where is he? It's fine. He won't touch me. There it is. He has a little spine injury here that's pretty old and healed, so I think he'll be okay. Typical import snake kind of health, but nothing overly concerning about him, so I think he'll do well for us. I think you'll do well, buddy. We've got a nice big enclosure to put you in, so very, very cool. Sarah, what do you got there?
I got 2 quarter pounders of cheese.
No, that is not correct. What is that?
2 burgers.
No, I don't think that's the correct terminology, actually.
2 redfoot tortoises
Whoa.
to accompany my already redfoot tortoise. Give him some buddies.
This one's giving me some head bobs. What are you doing? Looks like he's jamming out to some hip hop. What are you gonna name them?
I have no idea yet. Our one boy's name is Barry because he loves berries.
I think you should name the one on the left Shantice.
And then the other one Marquise.
No. How about Frank? Or Bertha?
That was a lot of fun. I'm so happy we were able to get a really awesome reptile at that show, being that Pitaius carinata or greater keeled rat snake, one of my absolute favorite rat snake species that I have wanted to work with for quite a while, so I am super happy to add it to the collection. Hopefully it does well for us. It is a imported snake. It is wild caught. But I do think we'll be able to get him slamming frozen thawed chicks, and hopefully he does super well for us. We've got a nice large vision cage we're going to go ahead and set him up into when we get home. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun, and I will see you all on the next one.